Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Anthony and this is Aquascaping on the Fly Living Art Creations. Today, what is the meaning of irony? I just finished your video, which is why I'm wearing the same clothes, as the third installment of our algae outbreak in the Trinity tanks. And I get everything put away, gonna relax, deal with my moss that I picked up on my layovers, and ding, alert pops up on my phone. My Buce plant order has arrived. Sure enough, sitting right there on my front porch. So, you know, when we get a plant order, we need to take care of it right away. So that's what we're going to do. And I like for you guys to see exactly how it shows up, so you'll have a real world experience about what you can expect if you order from an online vendor. Now, I have done a couple of these videos already. One, the very beginning, it was when I did APF and Buce together and unpacked everything so you could see the difference in a little came from here and a little came from there. I've had a couple of more really good deliveries with APF. I decided to go with Buce because of a couple of plants they have that I wanted specifically. Now, when you shop for your online plants, a lot of times the growers will not sell sometimes exactly the same variety. So especially that is true with the Buce. And I just happen to be a huge fan of Buce right now, just because I love how the colors in the water look in the leaves that we're talking about. So I have just unboxed it. What I've got with it is some pieces of driftwood that have been sitting in water, and I want to be able to put most of these on the driftwood and get them established before they go into a real build that we're going to be having a series that's going to be coming up. So I'm going to be thinking that through, but the primary objective today is for you to see this order, what I paid for it, what the plants are, what the condition is, and how much you get for your value. So hang on while I reallocate the camera around so you guys can get an idea of what's going on. And thanks for joining me today. Okay, cool. So you can see here, now one thing I want to point out. Okay, so the Bolbitis here, I fell in love with. And I have a special piece of wood that I'm going to be adhering this to. And this one came with the 5-pot pack. Now, let me look and see if I can find the original price spec. Oh, well, it didn't show the prices on here. But I spent $100 and I think it was 10 even. So the Bolbitis here is in 5 packs. There is a green Godzilla, which is Buce, and that should be 3 to 5 plants. Then there is a Krivbass, or Krivbass. It's a clump. That comes in 3 to 5 plants in the clump, which looks pretty cool there. And then 3 pots of Java Fern, which is right here. And you can go on their website and look and see exactly what I was paid for each one of these individually. I try to go with the best value when something is on sale. Like if it makes more sense to pay like maybe $6 or $7 more and you get 5 pots versus just 3 pots, I will automatically do that even if I don't need it, because I'm just not going to pass up that bargain. And so, okay, so look at that. Now, this is under the category of a fern. So I'm thinking it's just going to be gorgeous. So let me put these in a little bowl here. Oh, gosh. If we were doing a little traditional little build, these would be so cute. Okay, so there are your 5 Bolbitis in their little pots. That's adorable. Love it. Now you guys know I keep water ready that's been sitting in a tub for usually a week. And these just arrived, so I'm okay. I can unpack them and show you what they look like. So the Java Fern is 3 pots. So let's look and see That's several in there. They look really nice. Now, I did have a little luck growing Java Fern in immersed soil in a humid condition, so I can do that. You can also just put, what I'm going to try and do is get these attached to the driftwood and just put them in enough water in there so they don't dry out. I don't remember, I do not remember the Krivbass. I'm going to have to pull this up again. I'm thinking it's for one of the smaller pieces of driftwood that I have. So this is actually one mat, but you can tell that is way more than 3 to 5 plants. There's a bunch of plants in there. Because it's on the mat, you can pull some of these out and you could place them in other places around. But I have to look, I didn't make notes about this. I'm going to have to get out there again and figure out where I was going to put that. Okay, the green Godzilla. I have been looking at Godzilla. Now, for those of you that have been, if you just hang around on my page, I have a Godzilla terrarium. And I got pretty excited when I made it because it didn't start out as a Godzilla terrarium. It just ended up, because it's the form of a Godzilla. And I have wanted to get this, but it was on the more expensive side. Okay, so we're supposed to have 3 to 5. Now I'm going to tell you, this is huge. This is one right there. It's a big Buce. I have not seen a Buce this big. All the ones I have so far are little. Oh, good heavens. Look at this one. Okay, seriously, look at that. I don't know how many you could get out of that. That's a lot. So here's plant number 3. Oh, look at that leaf. Oh my God, it's so pretty. So that's 3. Here's 4. So they really are varying in size. And then here's 5. So there's one here that is small. But the other ones, I mean, these are giants compared to, so, I mean, it's a really good deal if you're looking to capitalize. I mean, because look how many times you could like break that off, cut it, and then place it someplace else in your tank. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I'm going to have to revisit all these. So I learned my lesson. You can't regrow from the leaf. I've learned my lesson about that, so I won't try. All right, so let me pause here a second. I got to get some water. Okay, I want to, now that I've got water in them, these two we're going to leave alone. Let's open up a Java Fern. Let's see what we got. There's 1. 2. Okay, so there's 2 really nice size in a pot. And I'm guessing we'll have at least 2 in each one. Now, I keep my pots. I haven't found out what I'm going to use them for yet, but I do keep them. All right. There's another. Yeah, that's what it looks like it's going to be. But nice and thick. what's nice is they do say when you get the ones that are in the pot, they're already clumped together, which these are, and they're easier to adhere to your structure. So those came 2. Each one was a duo. So your 3 pots gave you 6 plants. How about the Bolbitis? Oh, okay. Not supposed to do that. Just kind of yanked it out of there. Hope that doesn't mess me up. Okay, they're in one clump. Oh my gosh, there's tons of them though. It's like a Java fern. Oh wow, I can really go to town when I want to. I mean, look at that. There's lots and lots. That's just one. Gosh. Oh yeah. These are just, leaf structure is just beautiful. The coloring is amazing. Okay, that came out a little bit better. Yeah. So I hope this gives you guys an idea. If you'll pull the APF video, you can see a direct correlation to 2 different vendors that have really good reviews and quality. I've been trying to get something from Dustin's because I know a lot of people use Dustin's. Every time I go on Dustin's, they're sold out of everything. They don't carry that much, so they must be a small grower. But every time I go on there, they're always out of everything. So I've been unsuccessful. Now this one's a little bit more into one compact little rhizome, until of course I'm going to tweak it. But this one, I'll definitely, that one may have more going on what I need for what I was thinking. I didn't know they were going to be as much like a Java fern as they are. So, I'm not going to make you guys hang out for the rest of it because I got to sit here and figure out what I'm going to do with all these plants now. But I do want you to see this part of the video. So now that you can see what it looks like, what's the quality like, what's the value going to be like versus other videos that I've got out there from other vendors as well. So I hope this helps because I get this question a lot. So you guys, see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Okay, so I decided I did want to show you what I was doing because this may help you guys. This is the only piece that I was not able to get anything on. And this just came to me really, really fast. I decided to put the mat on a rock. I thought this would be great because I don't have anything on a rock yet in any of my tanks. I thought, okay, that's a first. And then I have like an idea with Java Ferns. So here's what I've done with the Java Fern. And I love the look of this piece. It's curved and I use the natural holes in the wood that have been buried in holes to attach it anyway. So eventually I think I'll have this one kind of like standing up. And then here's a smaller piece, but it also had holes in it as well. So I put 2 on the front, the larger one on the inside and in the back. So I'm just making sure these are attached and drying before they go back under water. Now, okay, so the Godzilla, You remember how long elongated a couple of the pieces were? Okay, I didn't cut a thing on any plants. I used exactly what I had, and I went with the wood choices that made the most sense. So here is that really long piece. All I had to do was attach it up here. This is held in tension because I attached it there as well. So here it is coming out. It will grow on these 2 points definitely. It should grow down through the middle, sprout those up in the middle as well. And then the second piece is just right here. It's just in the curvature of this area that's been rotted away and eaten out. So I just shoved it in there. A lot of times you don't have to do a whole lot of gluing if you just follow the lead on the wood structure. And I did the same thing with the Godzilla. So the Godzilla is here. It goes all the way up through here. It's just pushed in there naturally. Same thing here. It's curved. It goes right into a natural vein of the wood. And the only one that has to stick out is this one. And you can tell the difference. Look how this one sticks out compared to how these look. So they look a lot more natural. So I'm orientating these the way I think they're going to go into a tank that's just going to sit down and maybe build like up a barrier wall. The Bolbitis though, okay, this is where I kind of got blown away. The Bolbitis did more than I thought it was going to do. Originally, you guys can see right here, this is a circular raised area in the wood. I wanted the Bolbitis all the way around this, like in a big old mass. When I saw how much Bolbitis I had though, and I was looking at these nice little curves inside the wood, you see that? I just shoved the Bolbitis in there with a little glue. And it should fill out nicely. Oh, see where I got some messy glue? Nice thing is you can scrape some of that away. But this gives me a nice, really cool fern look for whatever tank is this one's going to go in. Sort of way like that. So there was my focal point right there. That's going to sit, it's going to orientate itself either like this, back up so you guys can see. So it'll either go like that or it could go tilted up. Maybe tilted up because then all the plants are like standing up. So I like how it turned out. I hope this this gives you an idea of what you can expect from an order. Now you've seen at least, this is my third or fourth plant unboxing order on a video, so it gives you a good reference point on what's available out there, depending on your budget and what you want to do with it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later on the next build. Bye-bye. Okay, so some of you guys have asked me, since I focus on getting my own hardscape and rocks out in nature, how I deal with them. I've got a pot on the stove that has your name and this video written all over it. Now, before you say, oh my gosh, how much did you pay for that? Lobster pot. Yes, that's what it is. It is a lobster pot. I am famous for searching and putting things in my cart in Amazon and then waiting for the price to go down. I got this little jewel for $17. I was fearful it was going to be this cheaply made little thing. Oh my gosh. This thing was close to $100 naturally, and it was just on this fluke sale. It came with so many accessories, including this super long, 2-foot long thermometer, all the tools, the basket, everything that you need to do a legit lobster boil. So I've got to get my mitts out because it is hot. Ah. So you're going to see what I do. There you go. So in here, sorry about that. I've got rocks and wood. So now this is tall enough to where I can put that stuff in it. So that's what I love about it. So when you guys are wanting to know how we get ready, yes, I put them in there. I boil them fully for 20 minutes minimum, and then I let them dry naturally. So hope this helps. Let me know in your comments what you think. No, this is still not on Amazon's website that shows how inexpensive it is. You know what it's kind of like? You know how on Facebook you're always seeing that feed for that Walmart starter set, aquarium, 55 gallons for some like incredibly low price. But when you go to your Walmart homepage, it's never available. This is like one of those things. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so here's the first set of things I had come out. And I put my water boots on, and I was in the stream. We've had a lot of rain, so I've never seen our stream so full of water. This was something I thought was kind of cool. Ooh, it's still hot. I found this first. It's got this great little curve to it. And then I found this in another place, and I thought, would those potentially work somehow together? I don't know. Well, maybe I could do this. Maybe that would look better. That one. And then that one. I don't know. You know, I'll figure it out something. But then I've got some smaller ones here that we can put some plants on. This one here, this one's a little more fragile. It may have to go into a, look, see it's already splitting. That one probably have to go into a terrarium. But I wanted some, you're still hot. Okay, like this one, that one is super thin. I wanted that thin because the next set of builds I'm going to do, I'm going to need some flat rock to hold things down with that, you know, we can cover up and kind of disguise. So that's the one. And now here's how I'm doing the piece that's larger. So it's quite a large piece. It goes all the way down there into the bottom. So what I'm going to do is boil it and then flip it and then boil it. So it's going to take me like, 45 minutes to get this one in there. But hoping this helps you guys. Hey guys, I've had this question and here's the answer. So a lot of you have been asking me about, since I create my own hardscape with plants on it, how do I do that? And so here I've got this, I think this is a 20-inch long tub, and it just doesn't have the lid on. Look, I'm so tech. Look how high tech that is. A piece of blue painter's tape with a plant light, a full spectrum plant light attached to it. So what I've done is I've got a bunch of things sitting in water. They've been glued. And the plants I just unboxed from Buce a few days ago, you can see they're already in there because look at the fern. Yeah, the fern's right on top. What I'm not really happy about is the anubias. I mean, look at that. That's how bad my gluing is, or that's just how bad this one plant is. I mean, look, it's just straggly on there. Now, that anubias was the cheapest thing on the APF website, so I'm guessing that's why. Let me see if I can go around to the other side and I can give you a shot of Godzilla where I can stand up and see it better. Hang on. Yeah, okay, so you're going to see a reflection of the light. One thing I'm super excited about, this container. This container has been up now for, this is its third day, and I just did a 25% water change. Before, I just had the Anubias, so it was this one piece here, and this one piece here, and then this one piece right there. Now this is brand new. I just found this today, and I found it in a stream. I did not know this grew underwater. I know it was all the way underwater, sitting on the bottom. I'm keeping it underwater because if it does grow, it looks amazing. But those 3 pieces of Anubias I just showed you, those were covered in slime. The container was all slimed. As soon as I set this one up, I don't know if it's because there's so much plant life in it. It has a great smell. Its parameters are fine. It doesn't have I don't see any, I mean, you guys take a look. I don't see any of the biofilm. Now, yes, I did put a wave maker in here because now we know we have to have water moving or else we're going to keep that biofilm like growing all the time. But I've got pieces of wood in here that went in for the first time into water, like this one right here that's got some Godzilla on it right there. And by the way, I'm so impressed with how large the Godzilla plant is. And now I say this all the time about some of the Buce. Oh, here's another piece of that. See, look at that right there. It's pretty cool. I had this in a terrarium and it didn't grow. Now, if it's because it needs to be underwater, now I know why. But there's the Java Fern. Remember before I had problems with Java Fern, getting spots and not growing. And here down here is more of my Godzilla. It's not as big as the other one. Remember on the Godzilla, remember how those long pieces, if you watched the video about how when I unpacked it, and I was like, wow, these are really, really long pieces. Remember, I didn't cut any of it. I just let it mold its way around the wood. I let the wood and the plant talk to each other. The one I'm really bummed about is this, I think this is the mini, I want to say Barteri Mini. It's lost all of its leaves almost. The gluing was horrible. I don't know. I'm not sure that one's going to survive. We'll see. They're in good control right now because they're in their tub. I've got the grow light on just for 6 hours. It's on a low setting. I wanted to show you more of the Java Fern because I've got 2 of the Java Ferns, but they're kind of like down in there together. But this is how I'm doing it. So the wood that we've got right now that just got boiled, we'll let it dry. I'm going to kind of think especially that large piece that I just put in the pot that's boiling, and you can see it right over there. It's in the pot sticking out. I've got an idea of what kind of plant maybe I'd like to have on there, and I'm not sure if I want to do this, well, do that one on like a really large terrarium with plants growing on it, or if I want to do it underwater. I have not decided yet, but my plants that are growing here that are going to go in the next build, definitely most of them. I got 2 really long ones, like this one right here. See how long this is? It almost takes up, well, it does take up practically the entire width of the tub. It's going to have to go into a larger enclosure. And then the Bolbitis is on an even larger piece. It does go the whole length. The Bolbitis goes all the way down, all the way across, and you can see it's right there at the very tip. So the Bolbitis piece of wood is right there. And then also, we wouldn't have a day that's complete without some new little fun terrarium containers. One thing, let me pause it and reconfigure it so I can show you something else.